Rozpocznij stream. No co to? No. W życiu niczego nie streamowałem. Mam nadzieję, że nie będzie jakichś dziwnych, głupich dźwięków. Dobra, co ja tu mam do zrobienia? Przesłuchanie. Okej. Marchoje zostały zaatakowane. Przesłuchać jakiegoś lamusa, dobra. To nie to. Kolejny hersz, tego już nie chce mi się nawet. Zdrowie, to zaczynarki spoko, wędrowca olejemy. Coś się Henryk trochę głodny robi. No jedziesz, jedziesz. No dobra. Idziemy tu się udać, musimy. No. No nie wiadomo, czy to nie jest. To jest pierwszy miot. No siema. No.
Good day to you. What do you need?
What's happened here?
Things are bad. Very bad. First we get attacked by them brigands, barely come out of that alive. Now the plague.
Plague?
Indeed so. Something's up with the village. Even the livestock are dying.
Trzeba to stąd spierdzielać.
I heard the bandits didn't get very far here, though.
Luckily, young Straw saw them still over by the cross and woke the whole village. We even captured one. He's tied up now at Melikar's place. But then the disease came.
Who attacked you?
I don't know. Some bandits. Ever since Scarlet's was raised, they've been marauding the whole province.
Did you put up a fight?
We most certainly did. Once Melikar heard young Straw shouting to the hills, he handed everyone a pitchfork or a flail, and we ambushed the bastards.
Good on you. How did it turn out?
We gave them what for until they turned tail and ran. But they cut up young Straw something awful. He didn't live to see morning.
Who are Melikar and Straw?
That's right, you're not from around here, are you? Melikar's the one looking after things round here now. Before that, it was down to Smill from the Neuhof stud. But they killed him that time they raided the place. And young Straw is the son of Andrew, a local woodcutter. Or was, I should say. The bandits saw to that. His old man isn't taking it well.
Where will I find Melikar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melikar's is the house on the left.
No kurde, słoma nie żyje chyba, nie?
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, you'll see Straw's house.
Czy przed chwilą nie powiedziałeś, że słoma nie żyje?
Tell me more about this plague. It sounds terrible.
Worse than you can imagine. The whole stud, livestock, sheep, chickens, all dead or dying. No doubt the people will be next. Melikar's old woman's taken to her bed and it doesn't look good.
Interesting.
Straw's wife and brother, more and more.
I'm sorry to hear it. I'm looking for Matthias. He works as a stable hand at the stud farm.
Matthias? The brigands got him, poor lad. He's lying wounded at the stud.
Thanks. That'll be all for now.
No dobra.
I'll have to get something to eat. It's starting to get.
Idziemy do Macieja. To Maciej jest gdzie? Maciej jest, leży w stajni, dobra. To idziemy do Macieja. Maćku, gdzie cię położyli? Chyba. Aha.
Hal? You're a sight for sore eyes. What are you doing here?
It's good to see you too, Matthias. Zaraza sent me here to investigate the raid.
Sir Radzig? Looks like you've come up in the world, mate. You're here as his envoy?
Yeah, something like that. But that's not important right now.
Well, I'm glad to see you have a job. Lots of our old neighbors have been reduced to begging. If I were in your shoes, I'd get the hell out of here. There's some disease spreading.
Disease?
No mądry człowiek by tak zrobił.
Folk are saying it's the plague. Whatever it is, it's
Dżuma,
bad.
panie, pakuj się
It
na
started the day
śliwka.
after the raid. First the horses got sick, then other animals, and now people are falling ill too.
Damn!
Tak.
Are you alright?
Well, at least I haven't caught the sickness.
But you've been hurt.
It happened during the raid. One of those damn bandits fell on me, horse and all. My arm's badly broken, but better than a broken neck.
Tell me about the raid.
What do you want to know?
Wszystko, kurde.
I hear one of the raiders was taken captive. I'd like to question him.
Aye, old Melicon let him have it over the head with a flail, and now he's locked up in the bar. But be careful.
Why's that?
That fucker killed young Straw. His old man's sharpening his sickle for him. Melikar still hasn't decided what to do with him.
I understand Old Straw wants revenge, but first I have to question that bandit. What happens after is no skin off my nose.
Good luck, then.
To good luck. Jak
Can
wyglądali?
you describe the raiders?
Jak zbóje.
I don't know.
You talk to them?
Ups. Shit.
No. They were shouting at us. They were very sure of themselves to begin with, but when we hit them in the woods, they didn't look so brave.
Jeszcze raz.
Can you describe the raiders?
I don't know. They came at dusk, so you couldn't see their faces. About 20 of them. They weren't humans, though. They spoke Czech.
Okej.
Talk to them.
No.
I know you've got courage enough for any man, but how did a bunch of untrained villagers manage to hold off armed bandits?
One of the village lads caught sight of them coming through the woods and told Melikar, who roused the whole village, and everyone grabbed what they could. Pitchforks, axes, flails, and we went out to face them.
What? You mounted an assault
No,
against
a co ty byś zrobił,
Aye,
kurde?
and that was the key. It was the last thing those whoresons expected. A few of them still managed to
Wami
break through
Wiedźmina
the
można
village,
podtrzymać.
probably wanted to torch it. But even the women here were armed with what they could find, and they took the bastards by surprise.
About this sickness.
Syfilis.
When did this plague start?
The day after the raid, the horses were lying down in the stable, so we knew something was up. By afternoon, they were all dead. Then other animals started getting sick, one after the other, and then people.
What are the signs that someone's getting sick?
I don't leave the house much, but folk complain of fever and shakes. Some are throwing their guts up, and others are spewing from the other end.
Has anyone died from it?
Aye, old Verba. Although he was already on his last legs, so no one knows for sure if it was the plague that got him. Either way, the animals are dropping like flies, and people will end up the same for sure.
Who's ill now?
I don't know. What with my arm the way it is, I don't go outdoors much. But I know Melikar and Straw has sick ones at home.
Can I ask you a bit about...
I haven't been here long enough to learn much, but ask away.
Can you tell me something about Old Straw?
He's a woodcutter, tough as they come, and a hothead. He's been out of his mind since his boy died.
It's normal to grieve, though.
Depends how you look at it. Folk are afraid he'll snap or drink himself to death. What's worse, His wife caught the sickness, and he's not taking care of her.
Where can I find this straw?
When you take the main gate out of the stables, you'll see 2 cottages outside. Straw lives in the right-hand one.
What's Melikar like?
The locals look up to him. Smill used to be in charge here, but he was killed in Neuhof.
I know.
Sir Hanush hasn't had time to appoint a new vassal, and folk need someone to speak for them, so they picked Melikar.
Thank God you had someone here who could take the reins.
Aye.
No to dzięki.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Przydałoby się coś zjeść. Mamy też w ogóle do jedzenia? O, boczek. Ciach. Już jest lepiej. No to jeszcze... Wszystko tam się też pali. Dobra. Gdzie trzeba teraz uderzyć? Tu mamy... Możemy pogadać z wójtem. Dobra, to pójdziemy do wójta. Ale nie będziemy na niego na piechotę zapierdzielać. Siwek. Hop. No, raz. To pojechali. To jest
Are you
wójt.
serious?
Are you Melikar?
Aye, that's me.
I need to speak with the prisoner.
And why is that? Who might you be?
Henry, envoy of Zaraza Kobala. I'm here to investigate the attack.
I'm sorry. I have other things on my mind right now. In case you hadn't noticed, we have pestilence raging here. Saradzig won't help us with that. Any more than he helped us when we were attacked.
No news has reached Ratai of any disease here. But I'm here now, and I can help you.
Well, since you serve Saradzig, you might be of some use. If anyone can be.
Tell me what to do.
There's a stable hand living with us here, Matthias.
Yes, I know him.
And he knows some girl who helps out in the monastery infirmary. Johanka, I think her name is. She might know someone to turn to. If she's actually there.
No ale co mnie obchodzi jakaś...
I'm not going to run errands for you. I'll speak with the captive and that's that.
You call yourself a Christian. I hope you burn in the pits of hell, you mangy cur. But if you think you'll get to talk with that prisoner, you're living in Cloud Cuckoo Land. I wouldn't let you see him even if you set the barn on fire.
Be a bit more careful.
Ty, wracaj tu.
Look here, I take back what I said. If I have to go to the monastery, I need to know as much as possible about the disease. I'll definitely need to know its symptoms. Bound to ask me that.
It's hard to say. My wife is feverish. Others have the chills. I heard some are throwing up. Others still are breaking out in sores. But why don't you see for yourself? People talk a lot and I don't know what to believe anymore.
Very well, I'll make the rounds.
I've daubed lime on the afflicted houses, but don't stay too long in those homes.
That I can promise you.
Świetnie, nie mogę przesłuchać jeńca, bo muszę... Teraz na chór jestem. No, świetnie. Dobra, mamy 4 chałupy. To tu pójdziemy. No, z credo mam napisane. Dobry.
You're from Melikar's farm?
Yes.
I need to talk to the captive.
Oh, no, no. Melikar forbade me to let anyone near him.
O. Haha, on tu siedzi, tak? No dobra.
You don't have to let me in.
To może ja
You might
zapłacimy.
just forget to lock the door.
Why would I forget to lock the door?
Well, you might find some groschen lying on the ground. That can make a person forget things.
Oh, I see. And how many groschen might be lying on the ground?
15? Masz 15.
It'll stay
Nawet się
just
targować
between the
nie
two
będę.
of us?
You can be
Oczywiście.
sure of it.
All right, then.
Czego chcemy później? Dobra. Tu zamkniemy. To że on niby tu jest? Już wieśniaczką jest. Układać nie chciałem. Zamykamy. Wszelki wypadek zapiszę. Okay. Dobra. Nikt nie patrzy, można wejść. To niby gdzie jest ten lamus? Nie rozumiem teraz motywu. Przesłuchanie. No mówiła, że...
What happened here?
Horror of horrors, Master. We were attacked by some bandits.
Jesus Christ.
That's right. The
Co to ja
Almighty has
zapłaciłem?
sent this punishment on us.
Gdzie jest
These
jeniec?
bandits, who were they?
Some thieving rabble. What do I know? Maybe those damned humans. But they spoke Czech. Ask the cap...
How did you manage to fight them off?
To co ja
Well,
zapłaciłem?
we were lucky. Young Straw saw the gang a little way out of the village and ran to warn old Melikar. If it wasn't for that, none of us would be here.
Czyli Mendo.
It looks like you fended them off, though. I can't see any burned houses.
They had no time for that. But they've left us with fresh graves. Young Straw himself got cut up something terrible, and a few others. We've a number of wounded. And now the plague to crown it all. Christ preserve us.
Melichar. Straw.
They're locals. Melikar's been in charge here since old vassal Smill from Neuhof passed away. And Straw, that's the local woodsman.
Ja też już wiem.
Where will I find Melichar?
If you stand at the main gate of the stables and look across the road, Melikar's is the house on the left.
I'd like to talk to Straw.
I see. Well, if you stand at the main gate...
Tak, to już też słyszeliśmy. To ty wiesz o
And the
zarazie.
disease? Tell me something about it.
I don't want to tempt fate by talking about it. Makes me shudder to think of it. There's not much to tell anyway. It hit us just after that rabble left. First the horses died, then livestock, and now it's people. Like Melikar's wife. Poor thing.
And the disease?
Aj,
There's no...
Thank you. That's all.
no i za co ja zapłaciłem? Gdzie ten jeniec? Myślałem, że masz taką Mendo, ty jedno to. Dobra, może masz... Tutaj. Nie. Nie patrz. No. No, come on. Ach, ty Mendo. Jeszcze raz. O, jeden połamany, dwa są. 10 groszy. Nie, to 50. No ale... No dobra. Jeńca nie ma tutaj. Tutaj też nie. Także...
You're not allowed inside. If you want to go in, talk to Melikar.
A, w środku.
God be with you.
I need to talk to that captive.
Sorry, no one's allowed inside.
Czy tam zaraz nikogo.
But I'm Sir Radzig Cobbler's envoy, and I urgently need to question the captive.
No właśnie.
I don't care if you're the Pope's envoy. I can't let you in.
Bo?
If you want to talk to the captive, you have to get permission from Melikar.
Jak pociskać gębę, co? No to otworzę i co? Pójdę sobie do niego i co?
Looks like he's caught that sickness. What am I gonna do? If he
What are you
dies, I'll
doing
be
here?
right back where I
Get
started.
lost, or you'll have me to reckon with.
I need to talk to that captive.
You again. I told you, no one...
Ja już wszedłem, no i co?
Oh, shit. I've had enough.
Jesus, he's sick too. I'll have to try and keep him alive.
Może to dobrze tam wlazłem, żeby zobaczyć, co z nim się dzieje. Tak. Zajmij się jeńcem, przesłuchaj jeńca. Dobra, te chałupy trzeba przetrząsnąć, tak? Pani niech sobie wiaderko. Jest chałupa tutaj. Jest krzyżyk. Otwieramy, może coś się dowiemy. O, wyciemnienie. Będzie akcja. Ładowanie.
What? Have you come for my wife?
Ta.
You're out of luck. I hold straw, don't you know? Straw! You've taken my son. But you shan't take my wife. You
Ty gadasz, chłopie.
Calm down, Straw.
You're telling me to calm down? Why the fuck should I be calm?
Because if you don't calm down, I'll make you regret it.
Oh, now we're talking.
O,
Come on then, you bastard. Come on.
brawo. Super. Uwielbiam walkę wręcz w tej grze. To jest po prostu jakaś masakra.
Is that a...
Czy ty Mendo, zostaw mnie. Raz, dwa, trzy. No ty kurde, z chłopa? Tu masz.
Bring it on. What's the matter?
No ci dom, ty masz Mendo. Jeszcze raz. No jeszcze jeden strzał. Raz, i jeszcze. Trzymaj. I jeszcze naprawdę. Tylko że nie spal. Ugotuj? Mogę ugotować. No. Shit. Co mnie widział świadek? Jak nie widział świadek? Ej! Menda! Stój!
I see a thief.
Jak? Nie! Shit! Co za bzdura.
Hey, you! Don't move him up.
Oddaj się. Tak, tak, już. Co za głupota. Uch.
You were seen thieving.
No tak, widziałem. No, chciałem spalić żywcem w słomę. No.
Because it'll take a nice pile of coin.
No masz, dobra. Zapłać ile? 60. Przekonaj go? Nie chcę się tłuc z jakimś fricklem.
Here you are.
Trzymaj,
Paid for
spadaj.
your crimes. I hope
Won.
spread your arms and legs. Let's see if you have anything else suspicious on you.
Help! Arrest that thief!
Czy ty chcesz jeszcze raz w ryj?
Leave me be.
What the fuck? Dobra.
Fever. Just like Melichar's wife.
No nie, że tam włamywać nie będę, bo mi to niepotrzebne. Z te kmiotki mogą mieć, co ja bym chciał mieć. Czy ty mi coś powiesz, kretynie, czy nie? No przecież jakaś... No nie zamknij. Oj, ta gra ma troszkę bugów, no. Słoma. Się przysiądę do ciebie nawet.
Leave me be, all of you.
Co za lamus. To mi się chyba quest trochę zepsuł. No co my to mamy? No mi się nie chce. No fajnie, co ja mogę więcej zrobić? Jak średnio. To się jedna chałupa, no ale... Krzyżyk też jest. Vincent. Dzień dobry.
Jesus, lad, what are you doing here? Can't you see the plague cross on the door?
I'm here because of it. The monastery sent me to help.
God bless you, boy. It's about time.
I need to know exactly what you're suffering from.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a dreadful fever. My wife, too. I recall almost nothing of yesterday. I was raving for most of it.
Is there anything else? Apart from the fever?
Well, forgive me for saying so. The shit just pours out of me. I can't keep anything in. Mama. I'm completely worn out. Mama. My wife's the same.
You have my thanks. I'll try to bring help.
Wait a minute, will you? I have one favor to ask.
So tell me.
Mama. I need to write my will. Can you write?
Coś tam umiem.
I might manage that.
Excellent. So get writing.
Yes?
I, Vincent, son of Vincent, grandson of Vincent of Mehoyed, do bequeath my estate and all my worldly goods to my wife Wilma. If my wife were to pass away with me, I bequeath all to my cousin Dobesh, at this time the cobbler in Janovitz. In no event shall my prodigal son Elia, the layabout and good-for-nothing, inherit a single groschen, all customs and traditions aside.
Punished? Should I write that too?
For what?
Yes, and then write, the executor of my last will is to be my good friend, Father Fabian, presently the parish priest at the Church of St. Martin in Sasso.
Anything else?
This will was written down by. What is your name?
Henry. Mama. Presently in fealty to Sir Radzig Kobbler.
Well, I never. That will add some weight. Here, take my ring so Fabian will know it to be truly from me.
Thank you.
You can never be sure nowadays.
Your son Elijah.
Punished.
What did he do to you?
What?
Christ almighty. Trying to interfere, are you? What did he do? Everything. He was to be married, and instead he ransacked the house and ran off. The little fucker. Last we heard he was some jackhand in Sasso. Boozing, playing dice, lying and cheating for a living. Such a disgrace.
Stop.
Where can I find Father Fabian?
Well, where do you think? In St. Martin's Church, of course.
All right, I'll head off then.
Yes. Go now. Go before you catch the...
Wygodnie ci? Dobra. Dokładnie. I co tutaj teraz zrobić? Zaraza. Rozmawiam z Johannką w klasztorze. No dobra. To do klasztoru. Gdzie jest klasztor? Ale w którym klasztorze? Gdzie to jest klasztor? Moment. Główne wszystko. Przesłuchanie Zaraza. No tu aż. O panie. To lecimy. O, to pan to od testamentu to już zemrze do tego czasu, jak ja wrócę. Wrócę na drugi dzień, nie będę po nocy jeździł z powrotem. Może jakiś napad. Wstrzymaj się. Walcz. O panie, co tu się dzieje? O panie, chyba trzeba będzie uciekać teraz. Nie wiem, kogo mam atakować, a kogo nie. Jaki traitor, kurde. Ja chyba nie tego pana zaatakowałem, co miałem, bo obaj mnie atakują. Chyba czas uciekać. Atakują mnie obie strony. No super fajnie. Świetnie, 4. Dobra, to chyba spadamy. To nie było mądre. Aj, shit. Ciwek. Chyba ktoś padł? Rozbiegli się i chyba dobrze. Ciwek. Spadamy stąd. Ewentualnie może tego po drodze tu zgarniemy. Nie z tej strony, kurde, chłopie, bij. Zrzucili mnie z konia? No aj, shit, skąd dostałem? Chodź tu, man. No fuck, kuźwa. Masz. Dobra, jeden padł. O ty kurde, z łuku? Ci kurde, dam z łuku. No, napadacie i kurwa, potem co? Nara. Wszyscy? Gdzież się turlam? O! A ty co? Kuman. Ty! Gdzie? Ja ci kurwa dam uciekać. Nie mam strzału. Jedna. Fuck. Dobra, złapię cię z buta. Albo i nie. No gdzie ty uciekasz, lamusie? Dobra, nie chcę mi się powolić. Koniu, przybądź. Zobaczymy, co tam w tych trupach zostało. No ale to fakt, że chyba zaatakowała mnie tego gościa, co trzeba na początku. Mówi się trudno. Tu mamy kogoś do okrabienia. Strzałę to sobie odzyskamy. 20 groszy. To jest ponad 100 warte. O! 64. Takich strzał to nie chcę. Gałbice łowcy zawsze się sprzeda, ale łuczek, kurde, całkiem spoko chyba. A ten mój od pana ptaszka ma 10 mniej. A ten drugi? Całkiem. Kolczuka. Całkiem niezły łup. Chyba tam jeszcze ktoś leżał. O. Kogo my tu mamy? Się rozkraczył. O, szyszak. Kolczuga wzmocniona. Włócznia z rękawia. To wszystko weźmiemy. Nasiwka się wrzuci. O, tu nasiwka nie chce wyjść. Włóczni się nie da. Dobra, to włócznia leci out. Dobra. To nasiwka. Hop. I jedziemy dalej. Tam jechaliśmy do klasztoru. Jedziemy. Sami tu Filip ze Skalicy. Właśnie to jest Filip. Co tam gadać? Brat Eliasz. Nie. Z bratkiem muszę pogadać. Dobra.
And who are you?
Brother Elias.
What do you do here?
What I can. I'm just trying to help the Skalitz locals as much as I can.
How long have you been helping here?
Since before the refugees arrived. It was much less crowded back then.
And what do you do here exactly?
Mainly, I help Brother Nicodemus. Occasionally, I keep watch at night in case someone takes a turn for the worse. Sometimes I have to hold a patient down, or fetch and carry things.
Do you know anything about healing?
A little. I can manage the basics, but without Brother Nicodemus, I'd never be able to deal with the more difficult cases.
Thank you.
Dobra, skąd tu pogadać z Johanką. No, Johanka. A! No siema.
Johanka?
Henry?
I'm glad to see you.
No siema.
Me too. I heard that you're doing well.
Not right now. Matthias sent me.
Matthias? My God, did something happen?
I don't know if you've heard about it, but Merhoyed was attacked.
Oh, God. How is Matthias?
Wounded in the arm. He's being brave about it, but his injury looks bad.
I need to see him.
Before you go, there's something else.
What?
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Their livestock has died off, and now the people are coming down with it too. I thought maybe someone here might know what to do.
Merciful heavens. How awful. It's a good thing you've come here. If there's any hope, this is the place to find it. You need Brother Nicodemus, the monastery physician. He may know how to deal with it.
Very well. I'll try to find him.
Come back when you know more.
Thank you, Johanka. What's happening here? Oh my God. Philip. They're all...
Yes? Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
So can I help at all?
Certainly. We can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Ratai unconscious, and I needed a healer. How is everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up? People here are dying, usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people? You've got scholars all around you.
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Brother Nicodemus? Who's he?
He takes care of the injured. He knows something about herbs and a little about setting broken bones.
And is he good at it?
He tries, but he doesn't have much experience.
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep, but I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe, but convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
No to trzeba troszkę pokłusować.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try to negotiate better conditions with the monastery.
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
Very well. And how are you doing? You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And, what else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you liked.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around threatening people. It won't help me, and it definitely won't help the refugees.
Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all, of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
What can you tell me about the custodian?
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. But really, he has a say in pretty much everything, including supplies. And that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week, Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew him. And nobody even blinked an eye. We desperately need help.
I'll do whatever's in my power. You wouldn't happen to know what Fritz and Matthew did here, would you?
Don't even talk to me about that. They weren't badly injured compared to most of the others here, and after lying in bed for a while, they got bored. So they started drinking. I'm trying to help people in dire need, and the two of them are drinking with that cretin Elias.
They always have been thoughtless, but at least they were punished
Tak,
for it.
tą robotę załatwiłem.
Who is this
Ciekawe,
Elias, anyway?
Ciekawe, czy pracuje.
One of the ordinal monks who helps out here. He was the one who brought the booze. All three of them got friendly pretty fast. You know what they say about birds of a feather.
And do you know what got between them?
I don't have a clue. One minute they're the best friends in the world, and then a lot of yelling and furniture flying around. They threw Fritz and Matthew out straight afterwards.
What kind of person is this Elias?
A timid kind of fellow.
And why is he being so hard on Fritz and Matthew? They're drowning in debt because of him, and it seems all they had was a small fight.
I don't know. He was the one who wanted to befriend them in the first place. I don't believe it's because of any property damage they did. It's got more to do with wounded pride.
Thank you. That's all I need. Tell me more about the situation here. All right,
Dobra,
that's all I need to know.
starczy już gadania. Co my się tu w sumie dowiedzieliśmy? Że w skalicy leżą tutaj, kurde, półtrupy. Od tygodnia. Jeńca się przesłuchać nie udało. Porozmawiaj z bratem Nikodemem. No nie będę mu dupy zawracał, kurde, w nocy. Jest godzina, która? 21:30. Będzie się gdzieś tutaj, kurde, kimnąć. Chociaż w sumie jeszcze jasno. Gdzie on tu jest? Porozmawia z bratem Nikodemem. No gdzieś tutaj będzie, nie? Pewnie gdzieś u góry. A może nie? On spod literką A, nie? No to gdzieś tu powinien być. To? Brat Nikodem. Wstawaj. Get up. Get
You're
up.
the one who's in charge of the wounded.
Yes, I'm the infirmarius here. Time was I only had a few elderly monks who couldn't walk to take care of. Now I have this mess to deal with.
Monks so old they can't hold themselves up with their own legs.
If that were the only bodily function they could control. But I shouldn't talk like that. It's a blessing to live to such an age.
How are the wounded from Skalitz?
Some of them are well taken care of. But others are dying here needlessly. It's a good thing we have Johanka here. I'd never be able to manage on my own.
No, ona zapierdziela, ty śpisz, kurde, mędziarzu.
So you don't normally treat the wounded, then?
Well, there were accidents, of course. A broken leg, someone who'd been kicked by a cow or bitten by a goat. But this, I've never dealt with the carnage of battle before.
If only it had been a battle. This was cold-blooded slaughter.
You were there? God be merciful to you and the dead and the wounded.
How can I help you?
Have you talked to Johanka?
I did.
Well, if you know something about it, then go and take a look. However, You don't look like you've studied the Hippocratic arts.
No nie.
That's true. I'm the son of a blacksmith, but I have been around the wounded before. What do I do if I'm not sure of the treatment?
Come and speak to me.
Przecież nie będę ich opatrywał, no bez przesady.
What do you think about the custodian?
Baron von Berg? Well, he does his job well. And the last time I saw him was when I was rubbing ointment on it.
I heard he's been here a lot lately.
That's true. He comes to visit Johanka. But he's never here long, and he always leaves unsatisfied.
Thank you. Why are they so badly provided for? People are crammed in next to each other, and some have to sleep outside. That can't be good for them. It gets freezing here at night.
I can't afford anything more for them.
How is that possible? You're the infirmarius. You decide how all the money gets spent.
But I have no say in how much money I'm given. And because the abbot's away, it's still the same amount I had when I was taking care of a few old men.
And the local custodian? His crew has enough provisions.
I tried him, but it seems he had some disagreement with Johanka and...
No.
I can't believe your conscience lets you leave the Skalitz locals in such...
I know. I'm ashamed. But my brothers believe it.
Can't you do anything? Won't the others help?
Unfortunately not. The brothers in the cloister aren't much in, and the custodian has enough on his plate with the chaos in the region. Besides, his main concern is the smooth running of the monastery.
Even so, conditions here seem to me quite un-Christian.
You're not the only one.
Some kind of disease has taken hold in Merhoyed. Johanka said that you might be able to advise.
A disease, you say? How intriguing.
Yes, it's very interesting, but can you help these people?
I can't say at this point. I need to find out a little more.
Gorączkę mają i
Tell
srają.
me, has the whole village come down with it?
No, I mean, not yet. Several households have, around half the village.
Merhoyed? Isn't there a stud farm there? And what of the animals? Did they get infected too?
Yes, there's a stud farm. And they've all died off. The horses, the cattle, chickens, and now it's got to the people.
That is most intriguing. What are we to do about it?
No nie wiem, ty
Do
mi
you know
powiedz.
the symptoms?
Tak, sraczka i ból. Znam.
Yes, more or less.
Excellent. I have several extensive volumes.
No świetnie, będziesz teraz siedział tydzień czytał.
Describe the epidemic, including the symptoms, and we could take some guidance there.
Tak, umiem czytać.
Yes, I can.
Excellent. So follow me to the scriptorium.
Aha, cel nieosiągnięty. Świetnie.
So, where shall we start?
Evidently there's something amiss in the digestive tract.
In the what?
The digestive tract, Henry.
Right.
The trouble lies between the mouth and the arsehole.
Uh-huh. Sure. Just so.
We can rule nothing out at this stage. You look in the Breviarum de Sickness Causa. It's a renowned manuscript from Salerno, written by one Johann of St. Paul.
But I don't know Latin.
Fortunately for you, our brother librarian is translating these momentous medical works into the common tongue, so you can still be of use. Study the breviary carefully and compare the symptoms with the recorded cases. That will guide us. I'll try the proven classics, Avicenna and his Canon Medicinae, and Galen's magnum opus, the Ars Medicinalis.
To teraz idziemy czytać? Co tu mamy do czytania? Wiadomym jest, że ciało człowieka złożone jest z 4 rodzajów humorów, chyba hormonów, humorów, dobra, krwi żółci, czarnej żółci i flegmy. Jeśli są w równowadze, osoba jest krzepka, jest zdrowa, no, ma sens. A jeśli jednego jest za dużo, zalewa on ciało zakład, równowagę prowadząc do schorzeń, a nawet śmierci. Zbyt wiele flegmy może do deficytu, ciało dąży do tego, kaszle, czasem dzwoncy, to dobra, już nie będę, nie będę czytał na głos. Dżuma. Dżuma ma kaszel, gorączkę i biegunkę. No to super. No tak, ale czarnych plam chyba nikt tam nie miał. Małe zwierzęta nie cierpią na dżumę, a większe mogą je ulec. No ale tam kurczaki chorowały, także raczej nie. Na czerwonkę zwierzęta nie chorują, to też nie będzie to. No jakoś otrucie. No nie, takich akcji tam chyba nie ma. Zaraza taneczna. No nie, to nic z tego oprócz tego zarażenia, zatrucia. Nie kładź się, tylko tu chodź, trzeba pewno gadać.
I think I have it.
Yes? And what do you make of it?
Bardziej zatrucie wodą, nie?
It's poisoning from tainted water.
Really? That sounds rather unlikely. But if Master Johann of St. Paul's says so, who am I to contradict him? We shall have to prepare some medicine at once.
To przygotowuj. No ja nie umiem.
I don't think I can help out with that.
I didn't expect you could. You surprised me quite enough with your reading. But enough chatter. Time is of the essence. I'll get to work brewing the potion, and then head straight to Merhoyed with your hunker. I expect we'll meet there?
That works for me. But can't I help in some way?
Best spend the time praying. We can always use God's help.
No dobra. Mogę skoczyć z twojego łóżka? Do modlitwy? Gdzie to jest? Zacznij z alchemią. No nie. Nie masz wyrok. Tu ktoś śpi. Wszyscy śpią. Tu już jest za bardzo, nie ma gdzie. O! No, to sobie klikniemy tutaj.
Everything here is fine.
No to lulu do rana. Jak przestało 9 godzin. No i to by było na tyle. Na chwilę obecną. Zobaczymy, jak lekarz coś spisze. Ale to już jutro. Na razie.